Did you know that some of the most ambitious islands ever built by humans can be seen from space? Yet many of them remain strangely quiet, unfinished, or almost empty. From high above the Persian Gulf, Dubai's coastline looks like a work of science fiction. Palm-shaped islands stretch into the sea. A map of the entire world floats just offshore. From the sky, it appears as if humanity decided to redesign nature itself. These islands were not formed by volcanic eruptions or drifting tectonic plates. They were engineered grain by grain, dredged from the seabed, and shaped with satellite precision. At their peak, they symbolized limitless wealth, unstoppable ambition, and a future where anything seemed possible. But when you zoom in closer, a mystery emerges. Where are the people? In the early 2000s, Dubai stunned the world by announcing projects that sounded impossible. The Palm Jumeirah, shaped like a giant palm tree, promised luxury homes, five-star hotels, and private beaches for the global elite. Soon after came Palm Jebel Ali, even larger. And then, the boldest vision of all, the World Islands, an archipelago of more than 300 artificial islands, arranged to resemble the continents of Earth. The message was clear. Dubai was not just building real estate, it was building legends. Construction moved at breathtaking speed. Massive dredging ships worked day and night, spraying sand into the sea. Engineers claimed they could sculpt land with centimeter accuracy. Billions of dollars flowed in. Celebrities bought plots. Investors from every continent rushed to own a piece of this artificial paradise. And then, something changed. Today, Palm Jumeirah is alive and thriving. But beyond it, silence grows. Palm Jebel Ali was largely abandoned. The World Islands remain mostly undeveloped, with only a handful of projects completed. Many islands sit untouched, like footprints in wet sand, frozen in time. So what happened? One answer lies beneath the surface, literally. Building land is one thing, making it stable is another. Sand, especially dredged sand, shifts. It settles. It erodes. Engineers knew this, but the scale of Dubai's projects pushed the limits of what had ever been attempted. Breakwaters were built to protect the islands, yet currents continued to reshape the seabed. Some islands began slowly sinking or changing shape, requiring constant maintenance just to remain intact. But engineering challenges were only part of the story. Then came the global financial crisis of 2008. Almost overnight, money vanished. Property values collapsed. Developers went bankrupt. Investors disappeared. Projects that depended on endless capital suddenly had none. Construction stopped mid-dream. Cranes froze in place. Promotional videos promising vibrant island communities became echoes of a future that never arrived. Yet even as the global economy recovered, many of these islands remained empty. Why? Because building an island is not the same as building a city. An island needs infrastructure, electricity, fresh water, sewage systems, transportation, internet, emergency services. On natural land, these systems grow gradually over decades. On artificial islands, everything must be installed from scratch and at enormous cost. For developers, the math became difficult to justify. Selling a few luxury villas was no longer enough to support the massive long-term expenses. There is also the question of demand. Dubai is famous for luxury, but luxury has limits. How many ultra-wealthy buyers truly want to live on a remote, artificial island that requires a boat or helicopter just to reach the mainland? For some, it is a dream. For many others, it is an inconvenience. As tastes changed, investors began favoring walkable urban spaces, sustainability, and practicality over spectacle. And then there is the environment. The creation of these islands dramatically altered marine ecosystems. Coral reefs were buried. Natural currents were disrupted. Water circulation around some islands became stagnant, affecting marine life and even water quality. As global awareness of environmental impact grew, large-scale artificial island projects faced increasing scrutiny. What once looked like triumph over nature began to look like a warning. Still, the islands remain, silent, unfinished, and strangely captivating. Some have been repurposed. A few private resorts operate quietly. Experimental eco-projects have been proposed. Every few years, headlines announce a revival plan, a new vision, a fresh injection of capital. Yet the majority of the islands remain untouched, their sand slowly reshaped by wind and water. There is something haunting about them. They are monuments to human ambition, frozen between past dreams and uncertain futures. They remind us how quickly confidence can turn into caution, how even the wealthiest visions are vulnerable to time, nature, and economic reality. Standing at Dubai's shoreline, you can see them on the horizon, perfect shapes that were never meant to be empty. They are neither ruins nor successes, but something in between, a question written in sand. So as the tides continue to move and the city evolves, one mystery remains for all of us watching from afar: why Dubai's man-made islands are still empty.